Hi everyone, my name is Marisol Salcedo, and when you hear the words service member, soldier, troop, fighter, warrior, killer, I'm almost certain that the first image you get in your mind is that of a male, probably in a Black Hawk or some aircraft or some very, very cool vehicle getting ready to kill somebody carrying a weapon, right? Whether it's a gun or a machete or a knife or something, right? Someone who's going to engage in killing the enemy. But very seldom does the general population use those same words to identify a female. But let's start off with this. In 2016, the United States Army decided to open its doors to women in combat MOSs. What are combat MOSs, you ask? I'm glad you do. Combat MOSs are infantry or combat engineers, people who are on the front lines, artillery, etc., right? So when it comes to this particular group of women, now they make up about 30% of the fastest growing group of veterans to use Veteran Affairs services. This is according to the government websites. Now, women are not going anywhere but more into the military. From 2016 to now, we've noticed a spike between 10% to 12.3%. That's a 2.3% increase in women joining the military. Right now, the highest ranking woman in the United States military is General Lori Robinson. And just to give you a heads up, General Lori Robinson has probably been in the military for more than 15 years. In order to get to her position, you have a certain level of rank and a certain amount of time you have to complete in each rank to move up to the next level. Now, in 2021, we have the first female Secretary of the Army, Christine Wormuth. And all that is basically in giving you the idea is that women are breaking the glass barrier or the glass ceiling, not across society only, but even in the military world. Now, when you think of women in the military service, the image of a woman in the military is very, very weird or very awkward to explain or identify. And the reason for that is because I'll give you some examples with my personal experience. I'm an active duty service member, and my first duty station, I was located in Fort Bliss, Texas. And being that I was there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go purchase some running shoes because we often run and mine are worn out. I went to a Foot Locker, a women's Foot Locker to be exact, and the girl behind the counter, I was getting ready to purchase my shoes, and I asked her, hey, do you guys offer military discount? Her response was, yes, we do, but we only offer it to the soldier, not to the spouse of the soldier. I was a little offended and a little bothered by that because I am the soldier. I am active duty. I am the one who is serving my country. And for her to say it kind of like, oh, I'm trying to request for something that doesn't, necessarily belong to me, it was a little bit of a like I didn't like that. With that said, during that same time frame, I was going, out with my friends, and we were at a bar, and a gentleman came up to me and we were discussing, basically like, what do I do for a living, et cetera, right? And when I mentioned that I was a service member, his first remark was, oh, wow, you're a service member? There's no way. And I said, well, why? And he was like, you don't look like a service member. And so I asked, what do you mean? What does a female service member look like? And he's like, well, they're usually like really buff and muscular and butch looking and et cetera. And to that extent, it was offensive, I must say, because the United States military doesn't necessarily say, oh, well, if you're a female that looks like a girl, you can't join. Or if you're a female that looks like a guy, you can't join. It's just overall equally like, hey, you want to join the service? You want to be a patriot? Come through. So being that that was the definition of what I should look like, or what most people would think I would look like as a service member, I was a little offended by that. Nonetheless, women in the military are going to be part and have been part of wars. They are service members just like the males, and they deserve the same equal treatment that the males do in regards to serving their country and getting the same benefits. Do we have those? 100% not. But now we have programs like Served as a Girl to represent women who are in the military. And also She Wears Boots. She Wears Boots is a government organization that allows women to get information about programs and their availability to women who are in the service. So when it comes to women in the military, just remember, we are here to stay. We're not going anywhere. And if anything, now we're joining the front lines of the war. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.